And now, have you ever felt like you wanted to make a big change in your life, but that it was a little too much standing in the way? Our next guest is the founder of a program called Letting Go of Stuff. Darren Johnson from Inside Out Learning specializes in helping people move forward to reach their goals and dreams. We're glad to have you here today. And I think everybody probably could get rid of some stuff in their lives, right?
Oh, yes, for sure. And first I want to say it's good to be here.
I'm glad you're here.
But yes, everybody can.
What are those things that tend to bog us down?
Well, one of those things is someone called in earlier with Dr. Fry and talked about friendships and the impact, the negative impact of friendships. One of those things is the emotional impact of those friendships and the fact that we carry that around with us all the time. The loss of a loved one, if you're getting ready to get married, there are things that you have to deal with before the marriage that you need to get rid of before you get into the marriage. Going through a divorce. There are a lot of things that people have to deal with that they need to let go of. There are a lot of situations.
And it's not always a negative situation like a divorce or whatever. Like you mentioned, you know, a marriage. It could be a happy time, but it feels incredibly stressful because you're making a big change.
It could be. For example, moving to Nashville and transitioning here for the first time and starting a new career. Sometimes that's very stressful, but it's a good thing, and you can turn that into something positive. But it depends on what you say to yourself while you're going through the changes. What
are some of the negative messages that we tend to give ourselves about change, and how can we turn them around into something more positive?
One of the examples that I like to use is when somebody's walking down the street and they trip on something, they're embarrassed, they look around. What do you say to yourself when that happens? Usually you say, boy, I'm so clumsy, that was silly, I can't believe I did that, what a klutz. Boy, when I was in the second grade, you say all kinds of things. You have to really focus on what you say and try to change that consciously, because that's what's important.
So if you walk down the sidewalk and you trip, what do you say to yourself?
Well, if I trip, I may say, boy, that's fantastic. I don't think I could trip like that again. I mean, this is, this was the best trip I've ever had in my life.
And at least I didn't break my leg, right?
At least I didn't break my leg. So it's really about what you say to yourself while you're going through the changes in your life.
What about learning to laugh at yourself? That's got to be one way to help you let go of some of the stuff in your life that you take a little too seriously.
It is. It is. Never take yourself too seriously. That's right. You have to be able to laugh at yourself and be willing to let others laugh at you as well. So it feels a little weird, but it's actually very healthy.
Okay. It tends to clear the air, I would imagine.
It does. It does.
You have a seminar that's coming up this weekend called Letting Go of Stuff. That's going to help people kind of turn loose of the things that are holding them back and keeping them from moving forward. What kind of people should come to a seminar like this? So what kind of situation would you need to be in where you could benefit from this?
Well, anybody can benefit from this. But, for example, if you're working in sales and you're at a point in the with your sales where you just can't seem to break through a certain percentage of sales, you feel good about it, you're comfortable with that, but you know you can do better, then this workshop is for you. If, for example, you're a football team that's arrived here to Nashville and you're trying to break through in a new city and you want to make it to the playoffs and win, then you need to come to the workshop as well. But also, if you're going through the loss of a loved one, the situation has just occurred in your life, then this workshop would be for you too. And if you're doing well with your life, but you just want to do a little better, then this workshop would be for you as well. So housewives, people in sales, people in the medical industry, managers, supervisors, it doesn't matter. It works for anybody. And we'll walk them through a process that will teach them through activities and having a little fun, but also sharing a lot of content-based information that will teach them how to get through the process and to really let go of things in their lives.
Now, when you let go of things, you need to take on some new things, I would imagine.
That's right.
What's the stuff of a great attitude that we need to take on?
Oh, boy. The stuff of a great attitude is to always feel good about you and be willing to say good things to you about you on a regular basis. That's one thing. Now that's hard because we turn on the television or the radio and we hear a lot of things. Sometimes things are not so positive, and we also listen to our friends sometimes try to tell us how to run our lives. It's very important that we provide for ourselves positive internal conversations on a regular basis, and that makes a big difference.
All right, we're off to a good start. If you'd like to learn more, there's a great opportunity coming up on Thursday. I believe it is October 1st. Darren is conducting his Letting Go of Stuff seminar. What you're seeing on the screen there is an audio tape that goes along with this. Both information about both things are available on our Talk of the Town hotline. The seminar is 9 until noon at the Holiday Inn Brentwood, right?
Yes.
And we'll put up phone number so you can find out more on our Talk of the Town hotline. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
It's really interesting. I'm ready to let go of a few things. In fact, one of them we're going to let go of right now is a commercial break. We'll be back with a look at the weather and more right after this.